Hey, y'all, it's your favorite Unc. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to Nightcap YouTube channel so you never miss a single live stream or video of myself, Ocho, and Gil. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Jay-Z accepts Dr. Dre's Global Impact Award, shades the Recording Academy for never giving Beyoncé album of the year. Jay-Z used time on stage to shout out his wife's 33 Grammy victories and questioned why she hasn't won Grammy's highest honor. Ocho, what do you think about Hove? Now, normally, when Hove talks, people listen. Now, I don't know how well the Academy is going to take to this because you're like, okay, you want to try to show us up? We ain't voting for it next year or the year after that either.
Well, you know what? That's what a husband does.
He's supposed to.
That's what a husband does. The resume, the accolades, and everything that Beyoncé has done since she was a little girl, based on to where she is now, obviously being the most decorated Grammy award-winning artist, at some point should have won the highest honor that they have.
Yeah.
The Grammys. The fact that she hasn't, I think, is a personal choice from someone that may have an issue with her. Whatever it may be, something may be going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. I think Beyoncé is one that is known not to come to certain award shows when things are said that don't sit well with her or sit well with the family. And I think Jay-Z did.
Ocho, not to cut you off. Jay-Z said, I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than anyone and never won Album of the Year. If I'm not mistaken, Beyoncé has 33 Grammys, right? She's won 33 wins. So by even your own metrics, it doesn't make sense. It's kind of like the coach that has the most victories, it doesn't have a Super Bowl win. But let me go on. Think about that. The most Grammys and never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
Right.
Taylor Swift just won Album of the Year.
See how sometimes they play right in your face. Now, I am not as well versed and knowledgeable in the music world, so I would love to get my expertise, but just from the outside looking in, being the most decorated and winning the most Grammys, but not having the highest honor that they offer and can give to an artist is something personal that I don't know about. I know it's personal. Obviously, there has to be between whoever the powers that be that run the Grammys and make the decisions on who wins. And obviously Jay-Z, being the husband that he is, seeing that it's not right and addressing it at the right time when it matters most, he said what he needed to say.
Ocho, look, I mean, I used to watch all the time, but I never understood. I thought, and the way I thought, like most people, well, if you sell the most albums, you got Album of the Year. It doesn't work like that, Ocho. Hell, Herbie Hancock sold 50,000 albums one year, and I think he beat NSYNC. He beat NSYNC. I'm like, how?
Right.
So it doesn't make sense that you would think in most things, Ocho, if I score the most points, guess what? I win the game. If I score the most runs, I win the game. If I catch the most, if I catch the most pounds, if I'm in a bass contest, it doesn't go by the number of fish, it goes by the weight of the fish. But if I have more weight, I'm gonna win. So you would think in the Grammys.
Not.
And the same thing in the movie said in the Oscars. You think, well, if I got a movie that grossed $1 billion, how your movie do 200,000 and you win Movie of the Year?
I think it's different. In all that we do in life, those of you that are in the chat that work in the corporate world, those of us that are in football and the sports world, those that just in everyday life, there's one thing that goes on, and it's called politics.
Yeah.
And if you know the game, and the game has always been the game for a very long time, and understanding that maybe at sometimes you go for a job interview and you qualified, but they give it to someone else that isn't. It's politics. It comes in all shapes, sizes, and forms, in all different workplaces, even at the highest, regardless of what it is. And that's all I can say it comes down to, because again, I am not that well knowledgeable when it comes to the Grammys and the music world in general, but it has to be something
Well, I'm gonna
personal.
put it like this here, Ocho. Look, I ain't got no problem with Taylor Swift winning album of the year. This ain't no situation where I'm finna get up on my soapbox and pull a Kanye and
Right.
try to come take the Grammy out of Taylor Swift's hand. Because if you think about it, she
Right.
hadn't looked back since then.
Yeah.
If you think about that moment,
Yeah.
she has not looked back since then. So look,
But she been on a hell of a run, boy.
whoo,
She been on a hell of a run since then.
only the Kenyans run long and harder than she has. Man. But look, like I said, Ocho, I can't sit here and say I know any Taylor Swift songs. I think she's immensely talented. I think she does a great job. Her fan base, they rally behind her. Just like Beyoncé. That's not, I mean, they call her that. I'm going to be respectful. Beyoncé. But at the end of the day, it's hard. It's hard for me to believe somebody got 33 Grammys. So that means she got 1, 2, 3, 4 songs that's winning, but you ain't got album of the year. Now make it make sense, Ocho. Now see, that's where you're losing me. Now you tell me you like my songs, but you don't like the album. Now even Beyonce should have won for Lemonade. Even Adele, who won that year, said, "You know what, Beyonce, you should have won this award."
That you notice what Adele did? You see how she stood on 10. She stood on business and understanding. How y'all give me this, knowing what this woman has done, the project, the visuals. Again, Lemonade. I know you don't believe me. I helped with the choreography. I was behind that, so I felt it was crazy, even with Adele being the great artist that she is. The fact that she even stood up there and acknowledged what Beyonce had done. That's how you know it's personal, That's how you know it's personal. And Taylor Swift won a Grammy tonight for album of the year.
No, hold on, Ocho. No, there's people in the chat.
What did she win a Grammy for?
I'm saying there's people in the chat said, Shannon, didn't you say Taylor Swift was better than Beyonce? No, that's not what I said.
No, it's not what he said. Come on, now. Why y'all putting words in his mouth? Come on, now. Y'all know what he said.
But see, here's the thing, Ocho. If I don't like what you say, how can I get it? If I don't like what you say personally, how can I fix it to get other people to not like what you said? Maybe I add something or I take something out. And they don't provide context. So a lot of people ran with Shannon Sharpe says Taylor Swift is better than Beyonce. Shannon Sharpe says Taylor Swift is more talented than Beyonce. Shannon Sharpe says Taylor Swift is this generation's Michael Jackson. What I did.
So instead of watching the clips when you can clearly hear exactly
but Ocho, but see, if I did that, then see, people don't want the truth, because if I told you the truth, it would destroy your illusions. So they don't want the truth. See,
there you go with the bars.
Perception is a person's reality, but that doesn't make it true. What you believe, Ocho, is whatever your perception is, that's your reality. But this, just because that's your reality, that doesn't make it true. So people think, well, my perception is true to you, but that doesn't make it true. So
listen,
I've met Beyonce. I think she's unbelievable. She's an immensely talented artist. She can sing, she can dance, she's a great wife, she's a great mother, she's great. And it's hard for me to believe. And like I said, I don't really know enough of the Academy. I used to watch the Grammy Awards, and because, I wanted to see Michael, and I wanted to see all the artists perform. But it's just hard for me to believe somebody that's won that many individual Grammys doesn't have Album of the Year.
You know it's personal. Listen, Taylor Swift one day.
So I think she got two. She got two albums of the year, doesn't she? Because I think she won Album of the Year when Kanye walked his ass up on stage. You remember when Kanye walked up on stage and said, "Hey, no disrespect to you, Taylor Swift, but Album of the Year should have went to."
Yeah. Again, it's something personal that
she got 4 albums of the year.
Yeah. Hey, listen, she has 4. And listen, her latest album with the Taylor Swift effect, it even got a hold of me. So I had to go and listen and hear what her music sounded like, because I was unfamiliar with it. I knew she was a great artist in general, but I had to go back and listen. And I even like some of her songs. You know, I wish you would, Bad Blood. She got one called Out of the Woods. I like Out of the Woods a little bit. But again, that's really not my genre of music that I enjoy, but I did go check it out. So her winning album of the year this year, I understand. But Beyonce, based on the resume
and all those records, be it
and 30,
Renaissance, Lemonade, all that. Come on now.
come
Not
on now.
one?
Come on now.
Y'all couldn't throw, let's
not
just, Ocho.
one.
Yeah, like we used to say, hey, throw a bone. You couldn't throw a bone.
It's personal. Yeah.